on the golf course. I completely abandoned the golf course. Been here for about 2.5 hours. I thought today, it was pissing down with rain, I thought, fuck it. I've got my hat, got my coat, got my big boots on. You know, you get wet, so what? As it happened, well, what it is, I thought, well, I'll come to a new golf course and I'll find 150 balls. Now, I don't know how many I've got because I'm not counting them, but there's most certainly 130. Most certainly 130. I'll count them when I get back. But, you know, I like the challenge because it's kind of like you got to, you know, use a little bit of your wits. And you got to think, well, this is the sort of area that the balls are going to be in. You know, you look at where all the tees are and you know the sort of distance people can hit with woods, and you know how wild they can get sometimes. And so if I'm looking at if this is the tee and I'm hitting down there, then I have to take into consideration at least say at least 45 degrees either side. So I'm going to have 90 degrees, and if I'm hitting off from this tee here, the ball can go straight over there, maybe even at more of a harsher angle than 45, and so it can head straight. If I'm heading up here, it can end up in that in those bushes there, and all that scope over there. So there's a lot of scope, and so what I do is I look for the most difficult places to enter, and of course they are the ones with the brambles, stinging nettles, and all that stuff. Because obviously people won't, you know, when they're golfing, they don't fuck around for a couple of quid. Now then, look at this beautiful tree. It's a cedar tree, and there's two varieties. There's the blue one, and then there's the regular one like this, and this one's the regular one, because the blue one, it has a blue hue to all of these pines, and the cones are silver, and well, of course, look at it, it's a beautiful tree, a gorgeous tree. Now, the first big shroom trip I had, oh fucking hell, I tell you what, I'm just finding balls all over the place. It's amazing how people lose them just out in the open. I mean, this is what I'm saying, people. You know, people that can't play, they're not professional or anything like that, they're amateur, and they'll just whack the ball, it'll go anywhere, and they've got no idea really where it goes. So, yeah, the first time I did a shroom trip, I came upon a blue, what are they called? They're called, it's an eastern country, like Iraq or Iran or, yeah, one of those countries, goodness me. It's Iranian, Iraqian, cedar. I can't think of it at the moment, but anyway, when I looked at it, it looked like a Christmas tree because the balls were silver and the hue was blue, and it's kind of like, wow, yeah, oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Lebanese cedar, yeah. So, okay, so I had in mind that I'm going to find 150 balls on a new golf course, and so this golf course is about 3/4 of a mile away from my place. I've pretty well exhausted the other one, and so I thought I'd come somewhere new in any case. And I was soaking wet, more on the inside than I was on the outside, wrestling through all the brambles and the thickets and all that sort of stuff. And it's kind of like, well, look, you know, how far are you prepared to go? You know, I like finding golf balls, I like the challenge, but each ball, they're worth between £1 and £2. And so £2 is a bottle of Newcastle Brown, and for someone in my financial situation, if I can pick up, let's say, even 100 quid of an afternoon, well, it's well worth it, isn't it? You know, it's 50 bottles of beer. It lasts me a month and a half. And so, and I'm enjoying myself and I'm exercising and getting out in the nature and all this good stuff. So you've got, lots of interesting things where people can lose their balls. I think, one of the things about golf courses, it's kind of like they put tricky things in. Big patches of briar and brambles where you can lose your balls. Because it makes sense to the golf club because you've got to buy more balls. The wickedness of the human being. Whenever they design a golf course, they're always designing places where you're going to lose your balls. They're going to put fucking moats in here and there. They're going to do all different sorts of shit. I was speaking to someone the other day, and he says to me, "You found many?" I says, "Only a few, I've not really been looking." I said, "How much you pay for a ball these days anyway?" And he's like, £2 or £3 a ball, something like that. I said, "Well, how many have you lost today?" And he said, "Well, I lost 5, but I found 5. So that was all right, because when you hit a ball, in the rough and that, you got to look for it. Well, the chances are you're going to find, 1 or 2. So, often it can be in your best interest. But anyway, these golf courses, they're municipal, and so they're not professional, and most people can't play to save their lives, and that's good business for me. But there is a drawback, because most of the balls you find are cheap balls. Whereas if you was on a pro course, then all the balls would be top quality, and they'd be worth, 3 or 4 quid each. But anyway, to pick up 120, 130, 150 balls in a day, even if they're only £1 each. But let's say you've got lots of range balls in there. You've not got any really, decent balls that decent people will play. So you can't sell the ones which don't have a good name on them. They're not a quality ball. You can sell them maybe like £20 a piece or something like that for amateurs, because it doesn't really matter. Amateurs ain't getting the benefit from a quality ball, because the quality balls, you see, there's a difference between a soft ball and a hard ball. The hard balls are cheap and crap. The soft ball, it's got more distance, and the quality of or the shape or the amount of little indentations carries the ball just that metre or 2 further, and to a pro that makes all the difference, but to an amateur it doesn't, and so most of them, they'll just buy crap balls. But let's say today, out of 130 balls, let's say, there'll be about 5 in there which are worth £2 to me. They're the Galloway decent soft ball, or the Fightliced Pro 1, which is the soft ball. And so anyway, buy and buy. I've got like about 1,000 of them. No, yeah, I've not fucking sold any yet. I suppose I better do a car boot sale or something like that in the springtime. But anyway, this is a new course, and I'm trying to find now my way back, and I think it's over here somewhere. But whatever. So anyway, people, I thought I'd make this video just as a kind of like a just getting out there video. Some of you have got dogs, and you just go walking in the rain and the frost, and and all that. Okay, great. But if you don't have anything to do, if you're not fossicking wild foods or mushrooms, then what are you doing? You're just walking around, probably ruminating, obsessive thoughts in your head, round and around and around and around and around, and there's no real benefit. You see, what you have to do, people, and it's not easy, you've got to cut out all the nonsense, and you've got to concentrate. You've got to concentrate on what you want to think about. and then you follow a lineage of thought. And your mind will get distracted and pulled over here and pulled over there. You keep having to bringing it back. And so there's something that I'm going to be speaking about in this next video. What I think about when I'm not distracted looking for golf balls. So on the way back now, I've got like 25 minutes and I'll be thinking about this particular subject matter. But here, I just let myself go, you know, I'm in the moment and I'm enjoying, you know, the brambles kind of like viciously attacking me or connivingly, surreptitiously attacking me and rattling around my feet and pulling on my dreads and trying to scratch my face. And it's kind of like, you know, you think these fucking things are not nefarious, you know. And you try and get one off you, and then it, you know, grabs hold of your back of your head, and then you're fucking tripping over because one's got your foot, and it goes, fucking hell! Ah! And you just want your sword, you know, you want to go Larry with a fucking sword. And you think, why do they do that? I mean, just fucking let it go already. Why you gotta cling on? Why you gotta try and inflict pain and draw blood? What is it with you stupid brambles and thorn bushes? What's your fucking problem? That's what I want to know. What's so precious about your fucking bark and leaves? Fuck all. You know, when you look at it, people, there's fuck all for 1,000 fucking miles that's going to want to be eating a briar bush. To be fair, is there? So why they got thorns all over them? And why they just wrap around your fucking feet and try and scratch your fucking face and ravel in your beard and your hair? What's all that about? That's what I want to know. That's what I ask these fuckers. So anyway, when I go in, I beat the fuckers. I go, you want some? You want some of this? You want some of this, bitch? You're fucking gonna get some. And then the thorn bushes, it's kind of like, why you got thorns? Do you mind telling me why you got thorns? Come on. I'm waiting. Just fucking say it. Just tell me why you got thorns, right? What's so precious about your bark? What's eating your bark? Ain't no giraffes there. Ain't no fucking gazelles there. Ain't no hippopotamus. Nothing. No. So why are you so protective about your bark and your little precious leaves? Oh, come on, people. Come on, fucking thornbush. Fucking evolve. Just change already. Just try to be a little bit more pleasant to the flora and fauna around you. Why do you want to inflict pain on everything that comes near you? What is it with this world? That's what I'm asking. Why can't you just have a nice pleasant tree covered in beautiful moss? Look at that. Look at the colours, people. You know, it's a beautiful time of year, autumn, particularly when you get a lot of rain, because you get the richness of all of these colours. Look at that. How those colours are complementary. It's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful you are. Thank you. Thank you for adorning the world with your beauty. Not many people will recognise this. Not many people will notice. Nobody will tell you. I mean, trust me, I know. I make videos every day of my life. And to get a human being to say, oh, that was a good video, or I like that video, it won't happen. It won't happen. So, you know, you just standing there like a fucking tree. Well, I mean, the chance of me coming on telling you you're beautiful, well, what's the chances of that? 1 in a trillion, gazillion, fucking bazillion. But I'm here, I'm doing it. So you tell those fucking idiots out there just to fucking lighten up. Just lighten up a little bit. And just put a thumb up now and again, and put a comment down again, and just say, I like that video, Aaron. Yeah, that's an interesting video, Aaron. Yeah, oh, wow. Interesting thoughts you've got there. Made me think a little bit, Aaron. I swear if I had a sword, and you was here with me, I'd have blood on my hands. I'm telling you straight, people, I'd have blood on my fucking hands. You insufferable fuckwits. Not all of you. Not all of you. Some of you are alright. Some of you are alright. You know, it's about 10% that can be bothered. Oh, look at here, look at here. What's the matter with you people? Can't you play fucking golf? Or what? You can't play golf, can you? You just come out here pissed up, hitting a fucking ball around and you don't know what you're doing. I think that constitutes about fucking 80% of the golfers around here, people. I've seen them, you know, young lads, fucking Larry young lads, trying to whack the ball and just fucking digging up a lump of fucking turf. You think they're fucking fossicking for gold instead of playing gold, these cunts. But if I just walked around here a little bit more, I just wonder, I'm just wondering how many more balls I could just find just lying there like nobody could fucking see. It's like they all need fucking glasses, these cunts. Anyway, you know, out in the in the open here, it's best not to look for them. You just come upon them. You can spend all day looking for them and you hardly find any, but if you just walk through a golf course not wanting to find any, you fucking find them all over the place. So, admiring the beauty, people. How many of you do it? How many of you stop? How many of you actually, you know, give a little bit of acknowledgement? You see, that's one of the things that really gets me about the human being. I don't have any problem about acknowledging something's beauty or someone's prowess or talent. I don't have any problem at all. I think what it is some of us recognise it. Some of us just don't fucking recognise it. That's the thing. And it's like, you know, I would play my music. Look, my music's shit. Okay, I get that, why you don't fucking like that. But I would play my music to, let's say, in the old days, my sister. And she'd go, I don't know that song. I say, well, it doesn't matter whether you know it or not. Well, how do I know if it's good or not? I'm like, you fucking listen to the rhythm, the tone, the fucking... Just listen to the music and the fucking words. And unless she had something in her mind to compare it against, she ain't got a fucking clue. I don't know about music. I'm like, what the fuck? And that's the thing. With most people, they have to be told that something is good. And like, it has to be on telly, and it has to be on the radio, and then they feel that there's a level of acceptance for these people, and so they'll go out and buy all their records. But if they hear an equally good artist and they don't know who it is, they don't know whether it's good or not, and so they don't know whether to go and buy a record. No one's told them to buy a record. And I've said this a lot of times. I think Robbie Williams did it. He went out busking, put a bit of a disguise on, went out busking, put his guitar case down, and he barely got a fucking quid thrown in his fucking guitar case. And it wasn't obviously because he wasn't any good. In actual fact, I'm not even sure whether Robbie Williams plays guitar, so it might have been one of, it might have been Noel Gallagher. And so, you know, just putting on a fucking false beard and wig or something and just going out doing it just to see what happens, you know. But yeah, when they go to a concert, ooh, but Noel Gallagher playing Noel Gallagher's music in the market square, ain't getting a fucking quid, ain't getting a quid. Go figure, people. People just walk by, that can't be good, he's not on stage, he's not on the radio. He's just trying to be like Noel Gallagher. Well, and it don't enter their minds. Just fucking listen, because they don't know anything about music. Most people don't know anything about music. They don't know what it takes to learn an instrument and things like this. They don't know any fucking thing. They just drift through this fucking life, and then the fuckers die. Oh, well, you know my fucking opinion on that. They don't die quick enough. They don't die fast enough. They don't die in their billions and trillions when they should. They should all be dying in their billions and trillions. They should just fucking drop dead. And leave us people that appreciate things to appreciate the world. And each other. You know? Appreciation, people. Appreciation. Look, I appreciate this tree. Look at it. Look at all its meanderings and its bends and its twists. And as the trunk has grown and it's stretched and it's contorted, all this stuff. And look at how these branches stick out. Kind of bizarrely, randomly, oddly. Very odd. There's no symmetry there or anything like that. It's a bit ugly, mate. Oi, you. You are ugly. You look a bit ugly to me. There's no beauty, there's no finesse. Just ugliness. But I like your ugliness. It's unique. In actual fact, I take it back. It's not ugliness, it's uniqueness. Yes, you're unique. I like you being unique. So I'm soaking inside and out. And I've had a good forage around, and I've had one bottle of beer, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to have another bottle, and then I'm going to prepare my evening meal and get all these wet clothes off and bang them all in the washing machine, and then get in a nice piping hot shower. Woo! And all those wonderful things. Imagine if it was 200 years ago, and I'm going back and I've got to light a fire. Fucking hell, got to strike up a few fucking flints on the fire. Not really flints, people, bit of kerosene and a fucking match. We had matches 200 years ago, you know. So anyway, strike a match and a bit of kerosene, a bit of kindling, and fucking get the place warm. Then, oh dear me, got to warm up, you know, a huge big cauldron of water. And, you know, even if there's like, let's say 50 gallon in this cauldron, it's not going to make much of a bath, is it? To be honest, people, by the time you pour that in, you know, cold water, it's not going to make much of a bath. And so you can have a bit of a sponge wash or flannel wash, and that's about the extent of your pleasure 200 years ago. A shower, piping hot water, limitless. Oh, that's just a dream. That's just a dream. But now we're living that dream, and it's wonderful. But my shower isn't a particularly good one. It's not. Look, I want a rain shower. I want a rain shower where the water falls out, and I want a rose about 12 inches in diameter, so you've got about 10 gallons a second falling out, and I want it to be piping hot, not just lukewarm, you know, because lots of these showers, they've got a safety measure on them, so it can't get that hot. No, I want to gauge how hot my shower is. I don't want you to do it for me, because you think I'm 90 years old. Look at my chest. Look at my strong chest. Look at this stick. This stick's afraid of my chest. My chest is powerful and bouncing you off, isn't it? This stick is my faithful steed. It's made out of ash, and it's very high tensile. And when you bang it on the floor, it goes ting, ting, ting. Pool cues are made out of ash, people. Now then, you've got to, yeah. All right, I'm starting to recognise now. There's fucking road over there. Well, that's not where I want to be. I want to be down there. Anyway, I'm looking at the beautiful trees. Now look at this one. This decided it wants to be a twin. It didn't want to be one fucking tree. It wanted to be a twin. And so then it made itself a twin. Now, if you can see, on the right-hand side, there's a face. And it's not a very happy face. Can you see it there, people? Coming closer and closer and closer and closer and closer and closer, 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 closer. And I'll show you now. You should be able to see it. Now, we've got two eyes there and the nose here. And then this is kind of like the mouth. When you go further back, it's the mouth. And it's a bit grimacing, you see. Now then, coming back, yeah, a bit grimacing. Oh, you're grimacing, are you? Yeah. Why are you smiling? maybe he smiles in the summer. I think that's probably the thing. He'll smile in the summer. But, you know, I'm being funny at people, but if you stop and look, you'll see faces and creatures everywhere. And when you take psilocybin or DMT, everything is a face and a creature. And all these things, they're all alive. And they've all got things crawling up them like... You say lizards and things like that, but they're nothing like we know on this earth. They're just different animals and beings and faces and living things. And they're just there. Everything's just alive. Right. I said I was going to make another video about something, didn't I? But then I got carried away. Now then, yes, I'm on my way from misery to happiness today. I'm on my way from misery to happiness today. Now then, I think I'm lost. And I'm cold and I'm wet. Aha! Ha 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 ha! Over there! That's where I've got to go. Okay. Now you see, when I came here, I came through a hedge, and this is a new golf course to me, and I'm like, okay, where am I? Where's my bearings? And as I was walking, I'm looking back and I'm getting my bearings, constantly getting my bearings and knowing where I am so I can get back. And so what I did is I walked all the way up there, all the way along there, all the way down there. So I'm like, well, I've just got to go over there. There's no fucking brainer, people, so I've got to go over here. And it's that hedgerow that I've got to penetrate, I do believe. And so then I've got about 3/4 of a mile to walk through a sludgy, soggy, wet plough field and this and the other. Anyway, so what can I say? My hands are freezing. My body's pretty cold now. I can feel the wet, and I'm tired. I'm ready for some warmth and everything, but I'm enjoying it. I'm out there. I'm alive, and I'm appreciative. And I've earned myself 100 quid. Fucking hell. What have I got to grumble about? Seriously, people, what have I got to grumble about? And so, as soon as I'm through this hedge over here, I'm going to start another video, and I'm going to tell you something that I'm working on, my psychology. In actual fact, I'll end this video now, and I'll get back to you in a bit.